What decade are we even in? Like, the image quality has just stopped. Hello, it's me, I'm Steven Allen. How are you doing today? So I wanted to talk about how, like, you'll watch a video thinking that it's from this year or last year, and it's from like 2017 or it's from like 2007. And I'm not even talking about, I have this hood on. When I fully have it on, it looks ridiculous. Maybe this isn't ridiculous. This is a look. But this is so warm, I have to take it off. I'm wearing it because it's kind of chilly outside. It's cold outside, it's not chilly. But if I have this hood on, I will get overheated. And I don't want to open the window because then my whole area situation will be just frozen. And it won't be a musical. So yeah, like, you know, if you watch a movie or a TV show, it used to be you could say like, oh, that's from the 90s. Oh, that's from the 80s. Oh, that's from the 70s. You could just look at it and you can tell. Not even necessarily like the clothing that the actors are wearing. You could just tell by the look. But I was watching and that's from the 90s. And they filmed it with, I think, 35 millimeter film. So when they wanted to like re-release it to like, HD TVs and stuff where you could see it widescreen, they had the real estate to deal with that. They didn't film it on, I think some shows were filmed on tape. So they filmed it in standard definition where it's like more square, but they did this like it was a movie. So when you watch it, I feel like you forget that it's in the 90s. I'm on season 4, so I think it's like 96, 97, something like that. I don't know. But I was watching season 1 and I was like, I can watch this. Now I watched Saint Elsewhere, the first episode of that, the pilot, and it was kind of the square format, and on a widescreen TV with the 2 black bars on the sides is kind of distracting, but it just felt like older. But with ER, they do those, you know, previously, last week on ER, that kind of thing, where they recap the previous episode. Yeah, they recap the previous episode or episodes if a character is going to come back. And that is in standard definition. And then the image quality is lower. So I feel like if I were watching the show that way, it would feel dated. But the way that they, you know, updated the film, I was like, oh, I mean, you could see older stuff, like it was older computers, but it wasn't distracting. It didn't feel like, oh, I'm watching something from the 90s. It felt like I'm just invested in the story and I'm just watching it. And I feel like, you know, it's not like people are cinematographers filming with their iPhones and stuff, but you could watch YouTube in 2005, 6, 7, and you could tell that it was 2005, 2006, 2007. But I feel like YouTube is showing a lot of older videos. It's not showing videos from that far back, but it is showing videos from like 2015. Let me see. It's 2025. It'll show videos that are like sometimes 12 years old. I haven't seen a video that would pop up in my homepage that's from like 2006 or 2007. I can obviously find those videos if I search for them. But yeah, I feel like when you see those videos, I'll see it and I'll watch it and I'll think like, oh, okay. I wonder what they're posting. Like, is this their most recent video? And I don't notice that it's from 12 years ago. And I'm like, what is this? So I guess that's always a thing, that when you're in the decade, you feel like, oh, we're in modern times. Nothing can get better than this. But 12 years ago is a long time ago. 10 years ago is a long time ago. Someone posted a YouTube video talking about, I was looking at what time I'm on, but someone posted a YouTube video talking about how like, the previous decades in the 21st century, resume. No, I meant the 20th century. The previous decades in the 20th century, you could tell what they were. And if you study fashion, you study history, you can tell the different decades of the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. But like average Joe can tell the differences between the 1900s decades. And then once you get to the 2000s, that's what I meant to say 21st century. Once you get to the 2000s, it's not as easy to tell. Now, I feel like 2000 to 2006, that's like, or 2007, that really 2006. I feel like that's very specific. Like if we're looking at 2001, I can kind of see that for the most part. 2006 too. But once you hit like 2008, 2009, I feel like it looks like something that could have been from yesterday. And I was talking to someone about that. Maybe it wasn't recently. This was maybe like 2 years ago. And they're like, are you kidding me? Like the fashion is so much different from 2008 or 2018. I'm like, is it? Like, I mean, when you think of the 70s, you think of the 80s and 90s, people are wearing like very specific looks. Like usually the 70s or the 60s, people will think of like the 60s hippies and stuff, the 70s disco, but that's not what people were wearing in the workspace. But when you look at like, I mean, even the early 2000s, but when you think of like the 2009 to present, it's like guys are wearing jeans and a t-shirt. And like, I guess skinny jeans aren't in style right now because whatever reason, but I'm skinny fit. They fit me well. I don't like baggy jeans where you have to wear a belt and your pants are falling down. I don't enjoy that. I put the pants on, they fit, and then I put a belt on to complete the look, not because I desperately need a belt to keep my pants from falling down. So, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really want to talk about that to say like things have kind of plateaued in terms of like looks and everything. But I wanted to talk about the look of videos because it is interesting that you could have someone who's a professional, a cinematographer, a director, a cameraman, whatever, and they try to make their footage, their videos, their work look as polished as possible. Writers try to make sure that they're not using any language that's very specific to their current time period. So if someone was trying to write a TV show and they were to use words like, if they said something was on fleek, people don't even say that anymore. Or if they were to say like, we need to give it what it needs to have gave, and like, is it giving? I live, fire, that kind of stuff. That's going to seem really dated 20 years from now, even like 2 years from now. But that is their job. They're trying to make sure that their project has longevity. But looking at like a YouTuber, or not even a full YouTuber, just someone who's posting a video and they haven't even popped off on YouTube yet, or their video pops off years later once they have stopped trying to do YouTube, you can see like their videos look like they were filmed yesterday. And it's not like the hairstyles are drastically different from 2008. I mean, like emo, that kind of thing. But I feel like a lot of people did that on YouTube to be funny. Like they weren't actually in that scene. It was trendy at the time because of MySpace and stuff. But what do you think of that? Like, do you feel like you're seeing videos on all the way 8 minutes in? Do you feel like, the videos that are popping up on your feed, you're surprised that a video is from 12 years ago or 10 years ago or 8 years ago, and you think, oh, I thought this was like a recent post? Or do you not feel that way? Are you annoyed by these older videos that are showing up on your feed, your homepage? I mean, I posted a previous video saying I miss silly YouTube, so I kind of do appreciate that. And I really like low quality videos, low quality editing. I'm filming this in 720p, but I really like just it feeling more raw, and the editing when people are doing like B-roll and they'll use photos and it's stock footage and they didn't get permission to use it, so it has like the watermark on there. I think that's funny and fun and what kind of YouTube should be, I guess, because, well, I don't want to get into all of that, but I mean, it's not traditional media. It's not network television. It's not streaming platforms like Hulu, Netflix, that kind of thing. So I just feel like I like that it's a space where you can be goofier. And if people stop doing that and make it so professional looking, it kind of loses its charm, because that was a mess, like years YouTube, and maybe it was just my feed, like my homepage, and other people didn't experience that. Because I felt like I was watching so much YouTube years ago. I was like, I've seen everything. And then there are all these people that had millions of followers or subscribers. And I was like, who is this? How do I not know who they are? Because there was a time when you could watch YouTube, and if that person had 1 million subscribers, you knew who they were. Now there are so many channels that have 1 million subscribers, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and especially because of shorts. But even without that, there are people that have that have been posting on the platform for like 10 years. You're like, I've never seen one of their videos. But it felt like for such a long time on YouTube, there were all of these videos of like how to make your videos look more cinematic, and people were making it look like a TV show. And I did it like ironically. I felt like I did it where it obviously was not a show, or like it was supposed to look like a badly put together show. I would do I would do commercial breaks that would just be a cough. Like it would do this like bumper where it would lead into a commercial break, and then I would just be in the frame saying like, hi, and then it would go back to the commercial bumper and then back into the main video, because I was just being silly with it. But that was my hand. That required so much effort to edit all of that kind of stuff. So I kind of like that this is natural. I do want to get more into editing again, but I feel like, or I do edit these videos still, but I want to get more into like a more produced, put together edit. But I feel like if I could gather more of an audience doing this and then add in the editing, maybe that would be better, because I don't want to, doing it this way, I can post so many videos. I'm about to do some gaming, so I'm getting set up. But yeah, I feel like it's just, what decade are we even in? It feels like it's just one big blur. So do you agree, disagree? How do you feel? Do you feel like TV shows, you're not like impressed by a newer look? You know, it just feels like the only thing that's more impressive now is, I guess, AI or CGI, like an animated kind of series, like making animations look real. But just a camera for people, like the look has kind of leveled off. But honestly, I mean, this is why I didn't want to get into as an actor, because I feel like I'll say in a video like, I'm an actor, and it's like, okay, we heard that. But as an actor, I really don't want the image quality to improve anymore. You can see too many details already. I'm like, okay, because sometimes they have the camera like right in your face when they're filming your coverage and everything. And I'm like, ooh, can we back it up a little bit? You don't have to like see my thoughts. So I feel like that's kind of a good thing. I remember when things moved from standard definition, or like seeing on YouTube people talking about standard definition to high definition, and like newscasters were really upset because they're like, the audience has enough details. They don't need to see my face in ultra HD high definition 4K. They don't. And for a minute, people were looking kind of rough on HD. And I don't know if they like cranked down the quality of cameras, or if they got like the makeup looking better or more crisper, because it was rough for a little period. I watched like a documentary about that, I think. I don't know if that was on YouTube or what, but anyway, all of that is kind of interesting to me. I like vintage technology. I like the history of television, the history of movies and stuff. I majored in cinema studies in college. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about like the progression of, like media in general, I guess, but like video quality, and how like we have good enough image quality on our phones. Like I'm literally filming with a phone. I'm not using a mirrorless camera. I used to do that, but this, like, it's good enough, but it's so much easier. I can just airdrop it to my computer, do a little quick edit, and I can upload from my phone if I want to. And it's just so much easier. Yeah, you could film on your phone for many years, but it just felt like before you could see it. I'm so low in the frame. I like frame it for me, being upright, but when I start filming, I start getting like this. But anyway, I think that's enough for now. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the plus, hit the star, hit the like, subscribe, do all the things. Until next time, take a little time to make art and be brilliant. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. I'm Steven Allen.